dash off-road, cat back exhaust, cold startup. Dash cat back exhaust 0 to 100. Hey peeps, this is David from Dash Off-Road, and this week we are, well, I wouldn't say reviewing, but I'm going to show you the Dash Off-Road cat back exhaust. We're going to go through the normal sort of testing, 60 k's an hour cruising, is there any drone, then we'll do the 0 to 100, you've already heard the cold startup, and then the 100k cruising. Should be a audible, enjoying video, so let's get to it. So we're cruising along at 60 k's an hour, and can kind of hear it, it's not loud. Yeah, like there's no drone or anything like that to worry about. Kind of makes me want to speed up a bit though. Let's cruise up to 80. Alright. Cruise 80 k's an hour. Still not really having any sort of drone. I can definitely hear it. Like it's, if I was comparing to the Talk It at the moment, that would be next to silent. Talk It only makes noise when you put your foot down. Manta would be louder than this, I would say. This is somewhere in the middle, and Pacemaker, it's probably a fraction louder than the Pacemaker, if I had to do like a comparison against, I guess, the top four that are out there. But it doesn't bother you, it's not too bad. I think that was the road I was supposed to turn down for the 100k test. Nuts. And this is what it sounds like at 100 k's an hour. Again, yes, you can hear it, it's not droning, wouldn't bother you. You can actually just hear that burble, that rumble. I kind of like it. Dash cat back exhaust 0 to 100. See over my left shoulder there, we're up to the point where we measure or do a bit of comparison between the stock exhaust and the dash catback system. Actually, a bit of bonus points here. I've got the full, which is not for sale yet because we're still researching it, but I've got the headers and high flows at the front, just as a bit of a sneak little look too. All right, here we go. We'll start from the back. 2 resonators, they're all pretty small. We're fitting this up to a long-range tank a bit later today, so it'd be good to see if this will fit with a long-range tank. I'm quite confident because it's the ones that have a longer muffler which get in the way with the LRAs. So I think we're going to be all right with that. As we go through, you can see the tailpipe comparison, the way they do the bends. This is actually a really tricky part, and you'll have noticed from some of my previous videos that extra effort required to get over the axle. On this is where we've made a change. We put, like, it's a round pipe that has to go through like a square hole. So we've crushed it in a few various areas so it should slide through a little bit easier. So when you receive yours, that's why that looks like that. Look at these mufflers. Like, what were Nissan thinking? That is ginormous. I swear there's a weight saving just by pulling this muffler out. But I do like how we've got the parallel inlets to this muffler opposed to the Y piece. So the way Nissan tackles this, we've got the headers up the front. Gee, they look hideous, these headers. Look how thin this is. Like, I've got the old verniers out here. I know this is a cat back exhaust, but like, this is crushed into like an A shape. So it is, I'll go to inches because we tend to talk about exhaust in inches. So it's, I don't know, about 1.5 inches in that pipe. I know I'm all over the place here. 1 3/4 off each port, but then it gets crushed into this small section. I just can't see how that could flow as well, opposed to these other headers that we're trying, which is like a 4-under-1 header. So internally, what's that? 1 3/4, and then each pipe is trying to get a good measurement here. 1 3/4. So everything's 1 3/4 each port, and everything coming to a 3-inch outlet. Go back to the stockies again. So each of these are measuring one-handed, about 1 3/4, but then everything comes down into, oh my god, I broke my verniers. Look, the battery come out. Pause. And we're back. So this is going into a, what's that, 2 3/4 all the way through. So the other headers are a little bit bigger and ceramic coated. All right, looking at the cats, this actually will be interesting. Let's pick up the cats of the stockies and have a look inside of it, and we'll compare to the high flows. Whoa, can you see in there? No, does it work like this? It's like, we talk about how many cells are in a catalytic converter, about how they flow. I've got no idea how many in there. I'm going to say like 1,000 compared to the new dash cats, which is, you can actually see through them. That's a bonus already. That's a 100-cell cat. Or you can get the cat deletes, but don't ask your workshop to fit them for you because it's illegal. Off-road use only. All right, I know we've been a bit all over the place here, but let's talk about the design again. So factory headers into those very busy cats, into a Y section, and this is where I start to get a bit grumpy again with Nissan. Look at like the section that it gets reduced to here. Like, it comes down to, at the flexible joint, 1.8 inches, or that's probably 1 3/4. Like, it's just, one, I don't like the reduction that's there, and I don't like how it's got the Y piece. So we start up here with 2 3/4, but all of that comes down into 1 1/4 here. Like, it's just, I don't know why you do that. As a comparison, like, this still has a bit of a reduction here, but we are out to 2.5 inch. So that's a better way to do it. And if anything, I wouldn't mind trying to get that to be the same all the way through as well. All right, as we go down past the exhaust now, so we've got the parallel inlets. You notice this has quite a likeness to another exhaust I recently reviewed. We've just changed a couple of things. So where it passes the four-wheel drive actuator, Nissan puts a heat shield on here, and that's so it doesn't get too hot and melt. The way we're going to tackle that problem is we're going to ceramic coat this piece. So the whole lot isn't ceramic coated, just this piece here. And then that gets rid of heat. Later I want to do like some temperature measurements comparing the ceramic coated section to maybe that section to see how much heat it actually holds in and pass through the exhaust. All right, got our parallel inlets into the muffler, going into a massive, I think it's 3 inch, and then all the way out to the resonator. So there you go, there's my probably a little bit too detailed measurements of the dash catback, and a little bit on the high flows and headers that we're going to try too. Now I do want to talk to you more about the headers, but I'm going to save that for a different video, and I'm sure a bunch of you are asking about towing. It's basically going to be the same audio wise as the Harrop system, so I know it's going to be fine for towing, but I will do another video down the track. I'm not towing for a few weeks, so we want to get this video out so you can see what it's about. We'll do that, but there has been, if you've been following on Facebook, a bit of a race. Who is going to get headers on first, Dash car or Steve-O's car? So this is what's going to happen. What's going on here? Ooh, Steve-O's over there working. So who's taking the headers off? The next best thing. Right, let's do it, Toby.
Let's do it.
Like I said, we'll do another video, another startup, and I'll do a dyno too with the headers on so we can see what the difference is. All right, this one's out. There will be more about exhaust. See you on YouTube. Yeah.